Hi everyone, join us on our 7-day adventure through the vibrant cities of Busan and Seoul. I'm Nicholas.
And I'm Catherine, and we can't wait to take you along as we recount the incredible places we explored and the amazing delicacies we tried while in South Korea.
Our plan was to tour Busan for the first 3 days before heading back to explore Seoul.
As our flight had been rescheduled to land at 10 p.m, all the express trains had stopped when we arrived, so we opted to stay in a capsule hotel within Incheon Airport before heading to Busan the next morning.
Next morning, we boarded the KTX express train to Busan. As the journey would take around 3 hours, we brought along some coffee and snacks for the journey. For lunch, we stumbled upon this restaurant serving chicken kalguksu. This spot checked all the boxes. The broth was rich and flavorful with tender chicken and an affordable price tag. We strongly recommend checking this place out. Our next stop was Kamcheon Culture Village. The rows of beautifully colored houses were really eye-catching.
For dinner, we had bulgogi bikban, a type of home-cooked meal consisting of grilled pork with soup, rice and other side dishes. It was a super comforting meal and a perfect escape from the cold weather outside. We spent the rest of the evening exploring Beef Square and enjoyed the beautiful night views of Busan Harbor.
We headed to Haedong Yonggongsa Temple, a stunning Buddhist temple perched on a cliff just beside the sea. Said to be built in 1376, this place had a really peaceful vibe to it and offered a journey back in time. We then stopped by Haeundae Beach, one of the most famous beaches in Busan, surrounded by towering buildings with beautiful white sand.
While waiting for our sky capsule ride at Mipo Station, we decided to check out Rendezvous Cafe, a trendy cafe with really spectacular views of Haeundae Beach.
We headed to Haeundae Blue Line Park to ride the sky capsule bound for Cheongsapo Station. We had actually booked the evening slot in hopes of capturing the sunset, but as the queue to board was pretty long, the sun had dipped below the horizon by the time we boarded the capsule. As Busan's skyline transitioned from day to night, the city lights in the distance, combined with the calming rhythm of the waves, was truly mesmerizing. This was a cafe we had been wanting to try. It is located just a short walk from Cheongsapo Station. This place is not only popular for their coffee, but also their homemade kaima, an indulgent sweet cream which pairs perfectly with honey and bread. Needless to say, this was such a heavenly pairing and the atmosphere here was really relaxing. After a little bit more exploring of Busan in the morning, we hopped on the KTX back to Seoul. For the next 2 days, we will be staying in Insadong. Its streets are filled with shops selling traditional crafts, antiques, as well as lively bars and restaurants. Along the way to our dinner spot, we passed this unique Starbucks outlet with its name written in Korean.
We had dinner at 853, probably the best tasting Korean barbecue we've ever had. We were honestly blown away by the quality of food served here. The staff were also really helpful and took the time to explain how we could best pair the grilled meats with the various side dishes.
We also ordered soft tofu stew and chumokbap, Korean rice balls. It was the best Korean barbecue experience we've had so far, and we both really enjoyed it.
Our first stop of the day is Gyeongbokgung Palace. We decided to try wearing hanbok, or traditional Korean dressing. Doing so granted us free admission to the palace, and it was a really fun experience. Just a tip, the hanbok looks thick and warm, but as it was winter, I still felt really cold, so if you come here during the winter, do wear more layers underneath.
Next up on our list was Gwangjang Market, South Korea's largest traditional market and home to many traditional Korean street foods. We tried kalguksu and mandu from the stall which was featured on Netflix's street food series. The noodles, which were handcrafted on the spot, had a delightfully chewy texture, and the broth was rich in flavor. We then headed to Ikseondong, where we visited the Nakwon Station Cafe, set in a preserved Hanok home. Everything here was railroad themed, from the tracks along the entrance to the train schedule signboards. They even had a dessert conveyor belt inside the store. This was one of our favorite cafes of the entire trip. We decided to try their maple cream coffee paired with an apple cinnamon cake. We loved the atmosphere of this cafe, and the coffee was some of the best I've had in a while. For the last destination of the day, we visited the Dongdaemun Design Plaza. It had such an impressive design with curves that appeared to stretch the entire length of the structure. It really felt like we were walking around a giant spaceship. What we found even cooler was that this structure housed a museum, an art exhibition center, as well as design stores.
After arriving in Hongdae, we tried the famous Korean-style fried chicken at BHC Chicken. We spent the rest of the day doing some shopping in Hongdae. Many of the stores had really intriguing interiors, with each shop having its own unique personality.
Our final day started at the National Museum of Korea, featuring an extensive collection of cultural artifacts spanning centuries. There was just so much to see that a few hours was just not enough to see everything. We would recommend you to dedicate an entire day to this place, as we spent 3 hours exploring just half of the first level.
We headed down to Seongsu district, a neighborhood famous for its numerous retro-looking cafes. We chanced upon this small cafe, which was easy to miss. It has such a unique interior, and everything inside was British themed. Everything from the decor to the furnishings were so intricately designed. We had some fish and chips and mushroom pasta for a change.
We decided to check out Daerim Changu, a famous cafe in the area, housed within a renovated warehouse. The last destination of our trip was the Starfield Library. Famous amongst tourists for its giant bookshelves which spanned 2 floors high, it had a perfect environment for both studying and reading. Thank you so much for joining us on our journey through Busan and Seoul. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss our future uploads, and we'll see you in our next travel adventure.